Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'd. Death will indeed touch us all. Every soul shall taste death. And may Allah bless us with a righteous ending, in which He is pleased with, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this life we should use to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as a means of doing those things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with. Goodness, good deeds, charity, prayer, fasting, all of those things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. Because the end of our life is certain. The when is unknown, is uncertain to us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. And He has decreed that for us, an appointed time for us to leave this life. And in this regard, we have to remind ourselves that this life, that death is very close, and to remind one another to do righteousness, to do good deeds, because the hellfire and the paradise is extremely close. It's extremely close to all of us. That if we live unrighteousness and belief, then we will have a righteous ending, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. But if we die on sinfulness and evil and disbelief, then those things is how we will be raised up in accordance with that, and they lead us to the hellfire. And in a hadith that was narrated by Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم: الجنة أقرب إلى أحدكم من شراك نعله والنار مثل ذلك. رواه Bukhari wa Ahmed. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, paradise is closer to every one of you, or any one of you, than the strap on his sandal. And hellfire likewise, meaning hellfire is equally close to you. In this hadith, we see the importance of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and obedience to Allah is what gets us to paradise. This is one of the ways. By being obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this will help us reach paradise. But ultimately it is His mercy that will allow for us to enter it. However, that is a wasila, that is a means. By doing righteous deeds, it will help us get to the paradise. And likewise, being sinful will lead us to the hellfire. And I don't think there's any mystery there. So that by striving to get to paradise, that means we're striving against our vain desires, to do those things which we enjoy doing, which are wrong. And by striving to do some of the things that we might find difficult, but that are pleasing to Allah, that helps get us to paradise as well. But by indulging in those things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dislikes, that will lead us to the fire. And I ask Allah the Almighty to protect us from the evil of ourselves and the evil of others. And I ask Allah the Almighty to bless us with good in this life as well as the hereafter. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.